Welcome back everyone to K Customs Rod Shop. Today we're going to talk about grip layout, reel seats, how to do it, how to measure it, how to get it together. Yesterday we talked about finding the spine, why we do that, and the benefits of doing that. So now that we've found the spine on this rod, the spine is right here, okay? Actually, this is the belly. The spine's down here. This is a spinning build. So the guides are going to ride on the top of this blank right here. So I've already reamed the butt grip and the rear grip to save time. It's the dirtiest part of the job. So to keep you from getting bored, I went ahead and did that. I've already installed and test fitted the arbors. The arbors center this blank inside this reel seat, okay? They also hold this paste epoxy in between each arbor for better adhesion, okay? So underneath this rear grip is this same paste epoxy. The only difference is there's no arbors underneath there. I don't need any on that. If you bore it, ream it evenly and to the right size and take your time, you won't need arbors. Reel seats are a different story. They come in a couple different sizes and they're always bigger than the blank. So you have to take up that room and you have to center that blank inside that reel seat. If not, you're going to have troubles. Talked about reaming these grips. It's the dirtiest part of the job, no matter what it is. Carbon is the cleanest. EVA is the dirtiest. And it just makes a mess. And it takes a while to do. You can't ream it too fast because it heats up. And you have to be careful when you're reaming, no matter what grip material it is. You have to be careful to keep those holes round. If you get them out of round, you get them egg-shaped, you get to throw that grip in the trash, buy a new one, and start over. It can get expensive real quick. So you have to take your time. So that's one reason why I did it. I prepped them and got the rear grip on before we started this video to save time. So we're about to put this reel seat in position. If you're wondering how I know where to put things, I started with this blank laying on the table. I laid the rear grip and the reel seat together with the alignment tool installed in the reel seat. That alignment tool does a couple things for us. It keeps things aligned as we're building, and it also doubles as a trigger measurement. What's a trigger? Well, the trigger is the trigger on a casting rod or the reel stem on a spinning, okay? So most of the time I build 11 to 11.5 inch triggers. However, I've had a couple of customers that wanted something different. I just did one for Mike. He likes a 12-inch trigger. He's a big guy, got long arms, big hands. It makes perfect sense why he wants a 12-inch trigger. And then on shorter rods, ultralights, things like that, they'll be in the 10 range, 9-inch range, things, you know, it's not, they're shorter. They don't need as long a trigger. So we talked about reaming and it being the dirtiest part of the job. This is the nastiest part of the job, this epoxy paste. It can get on your fingers and make a real mess. So you always want to keep your fingers clean as best you can, or you're just going to track that epoxy all around. Alcohol and paper towel, lots of it. Lots of both. So we have our spine identified, actually our belly on this particular one. So this alignment tool is going to come into play right now. It's going to help me seat this reel seat in the proper orientation to where it's lined up in the direction it should be and not off at an angle. Perfect. Okay, paper towel and alcohol, lots of it. Got to get that epoxy paste off. It cleans up really well for what it is, if you get it quick. Just keep after it. You don't want it sloppy when you're done. Customer won't like that. I'm trying to keep these videos short. Everybody's attention span seems to be short these days, especially on social media. You come there to get information and move on. I get it. I'm one of those guys. And that's part of the reason I spared you all from all of the reaming, which was probably at least a 20-minute job when it was all said and done. And the taping up of the arbors and test fitting, which is probably another 10 minutes. All right, that looks really good. Okay, so on these grips, there's a seam on the bottom of all of them. Foregrip, fighting butt. I don't know if you can see that seam right there. Speaking of foregrips, you're probably wondering why there's no foregrip on there. Most of the time nowadays, I am not using a foregrip. I have started using what we call epoxy ramps. Epoxy from the blank all the way up to the front of the reel seat, and it's ramped down. Couple reasons for that is that it provides better sensation. So those vibrations travel up that blank. And with that ramp, it just transitions those vibrations right into that reel seat, right into that grip. So it's going to be more sensitive. They look kind of cool. Some people want foregrips, some people don't. Okay. So now you twist and push. Got to get to that black line. And then we got to line up that seam with this seam, which is going to line up with our alignment tool. So everything is in a line. And if we had a foregrip, it would be the same way. It'd have a seam too. And all three pieces would be in a line, 4 pieces would be in a line. There's a seam running right down the center of this alignment tool. So it helps me know that it's where it's supposed to be. So, is it where it's supposed to be? Let's find out. Well, let's get that epoxy off first. Cart before the horse. I'm hurrying, trying to save time. Okay, tail of the tape. We're looking for 11.5. Looking good. Got this on these stands. Perfect. Okay, that's it. We have our grip and reel seat installed in the proper orientation. This is the center of our belly, the center of our reel seat, center of our grip, center of our fighting butt. That's it. Thanks for watching. The next video will be on performance guide, layout, and static load testing. Thanks for watching.